So we continue. We are coming to the end of the metta meditation. Đang ai câu vui điều to the meditation course. So last week I talked about the benefits, the benefits of practicing loving kindness. So to go through again, you sleep peacefully because if you practice loving kindness, you will not have so much remorse, anger, and hatred, and fear, and so many other types of unwholesome mental states. So if you have not so much disturbing mind, then you can sleep peacefully. So, sleeping peacefully, if you don't have so much bad dreams, nightmares, then you wake up peacefully. Second benefit. And third benefit, no bad dreams, because you do not build up very strong negative mental states. So therefore, you don't have so many bad dreams or nightmares. Then if you have loving kindness, normally people like to mix with you because of your kindness, your caring, so it attracts people. So loving kindness attracts. People like to be close to you, mix with you because of the kindness. But the practice of wisdom, sometimes the wisdom is very dry. Could have a lot of knowledge, but then Hokkien we say "ien." You don't have so much of this "ien." People look at you, they feel friendly towards you. "Ien." So I always like to mention that when you practice wisdom meditation, you also practice loving kindness, metta meditation, because you need to go out to earn a living, so you must have mix with people, talk to your colleagues, you must speak kindly, be nice to people. So in that way, you have friends, more friends than enemies, so you can earn a living. But if you're very quiet, you don't talk, and when you practice wisdom meditation, sometimes they don't want to mix with people. They like to be alone because they feel that the calmness gives them a lot of joy. So they don't want to mix with people. So they become aloof. So when you're aloof, then it's hard to earn a living. If you don't mix with people, you have no friends, you're alone, then it's hard to live in this world. So wisdom has these characteristics. Just want to be alone, just want to be peaceful, just want to look deep into this mind and body. So externally, their mind is not so upwards, they're always looking inwards. Whereas in loving kindness is different. We are all rounded. We look inwards, may I be well happy, then we look outwards, your family, your loved ones, even friends, stranger and enemy, right? So we are more outwards. So if we practice metta, then loving kindness, we can get along with most people. Most people, we can get along with them. There are some who is very strong, their anger and hatred. Then you find that your kindness cannot penetrate into them. So leave them alone, because you can't. Their anger is so strong. Your loving kindness cannot overcome them. So you just leave them alone. So, beloved by non-humans, the devas, Those unseen beings, if you're kind to them, in other words, they still like to be, they take care of you, they protect you, and so forth. Protected by heavenly beings, even devas will protect you. If you're kind and if you're very, your precepts, you're pure. No misfortune from fire, poison, and weapons, in a sense that you won't meet with a lot of all these calamities, you won't meet with a lot of all those bad happenings because of your good karma. Concentration of mind is quickly possible. Number 8 means that if you were to practice wisdom meditation, then you practice loving kindness first. Then because it is easier to gain concentration by loving kindness. So those who have very strong anger and hatred, when they go direct into the practice of wisdom meditation, they find the mind cannot settle down. The mind cannot settle down. The mind is very restless. The mind is not able to get the rise and fall or to get the feelings. So by practicing metta first, loving kindness, it settles down the mind, and after that you can go into the cultivation of wisdom meditation. Concentration of mind is possible. If you practice metta all the time, every day as well, in your working days, you will feel very happy and peaceful. So at night when you meditate, it is easy to do so because the whole day you have already maintained your calmness, or we practice metta, which is concentration meditation, and so therefore concentration is quickly possible. Number 9 is radiant facial appearance. That means if you are not unhappy, you are not sad, angry, frustrated, then you feel radiant. If you're angry, your face is very dark. If you have a lot of sorrow, sadness, then you see your face is very dark. So those people who claim to be able to see your life, they look at you, your heng, they say that, your luck is no good this year. Why? Because you're so sad. You look so black. The whole body is so black. Why is your body Why is your body dark? It's because you are sad and you're angry, you're frustrated. Then one look at you, you would know that you are not having good luck. So if you practice metta and you are happy, you are not sad, and you are peaceful, then you feel very bright, very light and very bright, and so that is the result of practicing concentration. So if you have if the mind is wholesome, then it affects the body. The body becomes very bright and going. Say, so with loving kindness, you would have this resultant. And when dying, the mind is unconfused. So when a person is about to pass away from this life, so if one practice loving kindness, then the unwholesome mental states have no chance to arise in the mind. So you won't be confused. Confused is when there's a lot of unwholesome mental state. Mind attachment or attachment, when the mind is attached and the mind gets angry, then there is confusion. Because confusion arises, attachment and all these anger, sadness, they arises with confusion. So if one practice metta, loving kindness, then these mental states would have no chance to arise in the mind. So when a person passes away with metta, then is unconfused, the mind is very wholesome. So if he attain into jhana, mental absorption, then it appears that the practice of metta can go to the third jhana, means it can go very high up in the Brahma world. One can be reborn in the 12th level or 18th level or whatever it is above the normal, the basic jhana, first jhana, because it's very high jhana. So when passing away, if you are practicing meditation, then you radiate. You radiate, may all beings be happy, may all beings be well, peaceful, happy. Ai tùy cùi lúc chia sẻ như là metta là xin mai xiao lòng trong trong sinh khoai lòng bình an. Just keep on radiating. Now even if you see dark objects, dark beings, you still radiate. Don't care. They become an object for you to practice metta. If not, then fear arises. If you don't practice loving kindness, you start to see all these dark pictures, dark beings there, ugly picture. Then you have a lot of fear arises and anger. So that will be unwholesome. And if you pass away, that will be no good. So even if there are these beings you see before the passing away, you still practice metta to them. They become merely an object. And your mind is still wholesome. Your mind is still metta. Your mind is still with a lot of loving kindness. May beings seen, unseen. May beings happy or sad. May beings beautiful or ugly. May they be well, peaceful, happy. So look at today, metta or loving kindness. It covers everything. Suye, vô suye, ugly, khai khoai, hoa xian, say xian. It covers all beings. So metta is very great. When you practice loving kindness, it covers all beings in mind and body, whether it is big and small, as small as even insect, ants. You can also give loving kindness to ants. Here, is metta. Bees also is metta, loving kindness. All anything that you can perceive, you can give metta. So the same way as passing away, you have this vision, death vision. We say Chuti Nimittas, death vision. It's called Chuti Nimittas. And if they are ugly, then you use your metta, bring up a loving kindness. Sometimes it's easier than staying in your rise and fall, because it is not so easy. Even when you are healthy and alive and you want to put your mind to the rising and falling, also very difficult. So metta is more easy. So in the passing away, whatever arises in your mind, what you see, you just radiate metta. You say, even if it is a deva, if you even see beautiful devas or devis coming down from the heaven, you also radiate metta. May devas be well, peaceful, happy. Also radiate. So when you die with metta in your mind, you are sure of the deva world. But if you get into absorption, then it is easy. Then there will be no nimittas. No nimittas. You don't see all these ugly things. You don't see all these action of the past or habitual action. You don't see all these things. Your mind just get into one point. The feeling of loving kindness, all beings, including yourself. So you don't see all these particular vision. You call them death vision. So when you get into absorption, then you are born in the Brahma world. Very high devas. Their lifespan is very, very long. They are very powerful devas. They have a lot of powers. So the benefit of practicing metta as a Buddhist, we can practice to a very high level. If you are really serious, you can even get into absorption. So, in other words, being a Buddhist is very lucky because there is this method taught by the Buddha in the scriptures, step by step, and they lead you to the highest degree of practice, the highest point of your training in loving kindness. Right? So, in the Buddhist text, we are lucky. If you're really serious, you can practice to a very, very high achievement. Yeah? And if you do not get into the absorption, and if you practice metta, then you switch to insight meditation. So when the passing away, you attain to assess concentration, meaning to say, you don't go into absorption, just reach up to neighborhood, the door there. You open the door, you go to absorption, but you don't want to go into absorption. You reach the door there, assess concentration, which is very strong concentration, and then you get into realization, insight. So you can do that during your life or the passing away. So in the scriptures, there are many of those meditators, when they come near to the passing away, then they attain enlightenment. The karma then all comes together, and they attain the wholesome karma, push them into the attainment. So the Buddha says that even if you do not reach to the Brahma world absorption, you could gain the enlightenment. Or if you do not gain enlightenment, then you could even gain absorption, Brahma world. If you do not practice wisdom meditation, if you just practice on the absorption, then you will, passing away, be born in the Brahma world. So, the practice of loving kindness is a very, very good meditation. Once you practice that, you have less anger, you will have more patience. You have to tell yourself, I'm more patient, I will learn to bear. I will learn to bear the pain. In other words, if you practice loving kindness, chủ bi si mà, con gọi ai tahan, gọi ai practice忍耐，gọi ai cổ, mãi khí hồn, mãi chụp hai sù, mãi khí hồn, ai cổ ai sinh đề. So you practice forgiveness, meaning to say, okay, điều kiện làm chủ của siêu hiện, của siêu quay hiện, I build up my parami, whatever they have done to me, I will not retaliate. I will practice patience, I will practice forgiveness, so that I will be peaceful. So when you practice metta, you become more forgiving, become more peaceful, become more happy. So that is the 11 benefits which I mentioned, and that will be the end of the metta class, and we will do some metta practice for 15 minutes. Okay.